Smith.
Here.
Vicky Cascott. Here. Vicky Lopez. Here. Director Miller. Director Harrelson. Here. Chief of Staff Eastman.
Here.
Director Pasqua. Here. And Director Padmore.
Here.
And that's all.
Marianne's here.
We'll start with the approval of the meeting minutes. Without objection, we will meeting minutes. Excellent. And then without objection, we will now approve the agenda for today.
Point of information, adding the item on, well, changing Senate President recommendations back down to the end, and we did add the offices on to the bottom after that, right? Okay. Just making sure everyone knows then that we have Senate President's recommendation vote is now the second last item, and then after that, we're going to have another office swearing in of the new representatives. Yes.
The agenda item for recommendation is item 13, and the oath of office is item 14. We'll call the audience, final statement. Moving on to, before we begin, call to the audience. Does anyone in the audience like to speak before we begin today? Nope. Okay, we'll move right on to discussion of Senate rules.
Okay, so quickly, the Senate rules were the things we brought up a month ago, I believe. These are literally your rule, how Robert's rules work within this particular Senate, especially working with yields as well as other things. It's a thick policy manual that I hope that we eventually break down to make it even simpler, but it's a starting point so you actually have something written down, as well as it describes the different parts of your meeting, including calling to the audience, as well as basically how legislation works, all in one thing. This would act, if approved, this would act as another layer of governing documents beyond the bylaws that just governs how the meetings run. There was nothing that was written there that wasn't any different than what we've added, except for we've added things like we do a roll call vote where you request that each senator actually votes individually. That's something that you can do. It's not something that you need to do. It's just a list of tools you can do. So if there's no objections, I'm going to motion to, I move to approve the Senate rules.
Second. All in favor of approving the Senate rules, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Approved. Moving right along to item 7, Senate Bill 36. Discuss.
I'm going to discuss Senate Bill 36.
Second.
So, okay. This is a collaborative bill. Senator Arenas is the main author on this bill. She helped write it out because we didn't get a lot of time on our side. This is a bill that would end up creating a new requirement for senators that they would have to create a video update essentially every 2 weeks. This video update is mainly aimed to create more transparency within the government, that if you have a small 1 to 2 minute thing, whether that video based on talking to the webcam or basically having something voiced over a prezi. I'm trying to talk slower for our secretary, director of administration. But what happens here is that this would be bi-weekly requirement that would be checked by having that video report be presented at each Senate meeting. So then basically that would be the start of your update. You could expand upon what else happens before and after, but this would be something that's going on. It is going to mirror an executive decision that the executives, next administration, are choosing to basically try to do something very similar with their own departments and such to make it so that it's more transparent to students. That's all.
Move to vote.
Second.
All in favor of approving Senate Bill 36, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Moving on to item 8, Senate Bill 37.
I would like to discuss Senate Bill 37. All right, so this bill is actually really simple. All it does is just scroll down a little bit to be enacted. I was in the downtown bylaws. It said there's USGD shall maintain 4 Senate committees. We combine DPAC and University Affairs with 1, so we have 3. All it does is just change it to say 3 Senate committees. Actually, I would like to make an amendment on line 3. I was going to bring that up first. Could you scroll up, please? I just want to put us. Oh wait, yeah, you're taking care of it. Never mind. All right.
All right, so no amendment. Any other discussion on Senate Bill 37?
I'll move to vote.
I believe I'm double checking the title as whether or not that's 6 16th and 17th regular session. Yeah, okay. Alright, I will be moving to amend line 4, say 16th to the 17th regular session because it's the 16th meeting on the 17th.
Second. All in favor of amending line 4, Senate Bill 37, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Amendment. So motion to vote. Vote. All in favor of passing Senate Bill 37, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? All right. So we'll move on to executive updates, starting with our Vice President.
Hi, everybody. So we are final STC today. We got good feedback there. Some of the things we're going to be doing there is creating a Facebook group. So we already have a Facebook page, which I'm working with Ron to get all over again for Kat. But we're going to be creating a Facebook group so we can invite the actors to organizations to be part of it. That will have easier way to update our section. As well as we are looking at next year with some coalition possibly adding food convenience, just because if you add up the small snacks, it actually is costly. I think it might help entice more attendance there. With resource rentals, Ron and I are looking at purchasing a cart to organizations. I asked this to organizations that get these and I'll really like that. As well as USGD to release as well. So we're going to be purchasing that. Some of the big three organizations, as well as Kirsten, Ellis, and myself, are working to clean out and organize the storage room over the summer, as well as have an inventory of everything that's happening there. Kat is going to give you guys more information later of what we're going to do with that next year. I'm talking with Ron about the possibility of trying to add a store organization tab. My ASU is the discussion actually pass the possibility. But we're seeing if that's possible and how hard that would be, just because it would be a great engagement tool for the students. In the counseling video, Aaron has gotten back to me. He said he's going to schedule his section of the video in a week or two, and then he's hoping it will be complete over the summer. We can start pushing it out over the summer and continue to effort in the fall. And then I'll be, obviously, you guys know me with Kat all the time, but Kat and I are having our official BPS transition.
Thank you. Moving on to Vice President of Policy.
Hey everyone, I just want to thank those that helped me with the group right Thursday. So thank you. I know it was when everyone kind of rated with everything. So thank you. And then
Moving on to the final presidential.
Time for another long one. I'm kidding. This is probably my only update that's less than 10 minutes. So this week we talked about the ticketing proposal. So athletics put up a ticketing proposal. Presidents, we unanimously shot it down. We didn't like what it was going to. It didn't exactly meet the needs of what we were trying to do of having a ticketing distribution center on each location. They were proposing an app, but with an app, there's a lot of issues, not all using smartphones. There was just plenty of issues with that. So what we said is we're going to keep the same ticketing process that we have this year. We'll make minor tweaks for downtown students. So our downtown students don't have to go all the way to Tempe into the Tempe process. And then that time that will be spent, that they would have spent creating the app during the summer, they'll be working for a ticketing distribution center on each campus for the year following. And they're going to be setting us a timeline for foreseeable future. And then Karina will be able to pick up this club fighting all year. So that's it for athletic sports clubs. One thing that I said to sports clubs is I would refuse to provide funding to them unless we see at least one sports club downtown. Every other location has a sports club at their campus. So I think they definitely heard us loud and clear that until we see more sports clubs downtown, at least, let's say some rugby games or and just anything along the lines of sports clubs downtown, that's when we're going to make that decision to consider whether that gotcha. So this is something that I've talked to you guys previously. The president and CEO reached out to me, and I'll be connected with Karina, so Karina will pick up that conversation with Gotcha to see if we'll be bringing them to downtown. And lastly, I'd just like to thank you all for a great year. I think this year has been very successful. The executive board and Senate work together very closely, and I think we've been able to accomplish a lot of great things and really enhance the student experience as a whole. And we could have done it without everyone's
update, but Frank stole it. There's nothing new with the ticketing thing. Ticketing proposal, as Frank said. Other than that, I forgot to check office hours, but I will do that after this meeting. How many consequences I can really hand down, but I'll probably just get mad at you if you didn't complete office hours. Other than that, if nobody has any questions, comments, or concerns, John.
Samantha, right?
I'm working with Karina. Karina and I were discussing promotional items. Promotional items for next year. Some ideas we had brought up were some things that were kind of unusual that students felt throughout the year that we don't usually get from other people, dropship bags, lanyards, and purses kind of get from everybody at orientation and stuff. And we wanted to talk about some ideas that came out were planners, organizers, first aid kits, and I think the one that Karina and I kind of really agreed on, a couple other people said they really like were USGD scandal as well. So we're gonna look into getting some flip flops to have that next year. If you guys have any thoughts or any other extra ideas, just let Karina know. We will put that on the list, and if scandals aren't an option, then we'll open that discussion.
All right, Mr. Miller.
Hi guys, so I don't really have like any updates. I'm sad. But yeah. Happy final.
All right, Erica.
We'll have any updates for final next year. Have a good summer.
Dr. Pat.
We finished off the last VA's increase to Ryan and James future administration for helping act over VA's training. I tried to do it today. Sometimes my top priority. Look out for that. The fun 2 years ago, I appreciate all the hard work you guys
Wow. Thanks, Zach. Just like everyone else, I don't have to be updated. Hey, Ryan, did you end up giving out those t-shirts for final freshmen? Are there any left? All the passports.
Oh, we have a
They did. That's sad.
Okay, so sorry I couldn't make the event this week. I work schedule. So I apologize. Anyway, so I've just been working on ideas for next year. I have like a whole list here, so hopefully I get for next year. So and excited.
Moving on to my report. So let's see. Yeah, so we had the Walter Clark County Council had their bank theater banquet. That went really well. We given awards to Blaze and Sydney Glenn for leadership. And next year we hope to incorporate a Cronkite staff award or professor award, but Callahan is one of the next year help decide that professor award. Besides that, just the events, final breakfast, let's check out. That was awesome. It was fun. We gave away one of the USGD's flags, so that's it. Move on to college reports. Parents.
Today I got to see the Barrett Thesis Project on Taylor Mall. I don't know if anyone else saw that, but I know they worked really hard to get them shown here instead of just at the so I think that was really cool for them to get to show their hard work. And it was really helpful, at least for me and I'm sure other Barrett students too, to see what they should be doing in the upcoming years. And then also the Barrett Nursing Club finally became an actual student organization. So I'm really excited to be working with that. And I know
we're gonna start getting new ideas over the summer. I helped with the events this week, the child breakfast and the RSP luau. Most of the time. And currently I'm talking to Dean Ringabach, trying to schedule a set time at the next year. So we're on the same page to get this started nice and early. And I think that's it. Oh, and I did my office hours. So yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So final reports is good news for government operations. You guys, we've dealt with around 50 pieces of legislation this year, so for a raise of that, that's double what we did last year, so that's good news. We are proud to announce from that committee that the work there has actually created with hopefully bylaws that won't have to be edited nearly as much, won't have to go through all the details we had to go through. That's our main goal. We also did on a more personal note as senator, we visited the tuition workshop on Monday. I can provide you some snapshots of that, which are the loveliness of the ASU's proposed budget right now is looking to not actually be making any money off of your tuition raises. It's actually going to be losing around $61 million. So that's something that we can basically provide more information as what we said in the later updates on the future for that matter, but we are basically in a much better situation than certain other universities, and we are doing well on the fact of actually collecting this information and getting those contacts. Also got some of the legislation that a board tried to push this year, so next year we'll have a little bit better shot at reducing the cost the university incurs, so hopefully that number of huge deficit won't be what the university is spending next year. And beyond that, thank you all for putting up with my sometimes aggressive, I would say, demeanor. So thank you for working with that, and it was a good year. So.
Hello, everyone. Anyway, so I just wanted to thank you all again for helping out at the event. It really happened without each and every one of you. I know I said that in August, but I couldn't address it at that time. It was incredibly successful, much more successful than like go up that. Oh, that was, but I mean, this one, really took the cake. We were able to collect. I don't know the exact item or square footage number or whatever that is, but it's this. So all that recycling, large amount of recycling, if you can all see that. So that keeps it from the dumpster, that keeps ASU sustainable, as I've talked about so much this year. You guys are probably sick of that word. And so, yeah, and we gave out everything down to the last apple to students. So students definitely got their recycling. As for the DPAC report for the year, so this year we've had a change in leadership. In October I kind of took that over, and we hadn't really had anything up to then, but since then we have done a lot. We've established new leadership, such as vice chair, secretary, so on and so forth. We've established bylaws. We've had 2 awesome events this year that all of you have helped with, and we pushed the sustainability bill through to have USGD act as a model for all of their student organizations. So we've done a lot, and I can really say that my DPACers are awesome. So anyway, yeah, that's my report. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay. No, please. All right. Thank you. Please.
Up next, comment.
So this week was the Project College Council event where student organizations acknowledged their hard work. That was really exciting. I could not be there. I had finals at 8:30 p.m. But I heard it went very well. And then for next year, I know Zach Miller is involved with Project College Council and Steve Callahan has already put dates on the book to bring together future funding senators and representatives from the organizations. So that's something that's already, in the works for next semester. And as far as university affairs goes, I'm good here. I think next year will be really good, especially joining forces with DPAC, and I'm excited to see where that goes. So had a really good year. Thank you. Good luck to all of you for first thing.
I'm not clapping.
There are 43 of the 50 seats reserved for future reference vacancies distributed again. And the college council has a new executive board decided, and they've been meeting and discussing on new ideas for the year already. That's going.
And then finally, nursing.
Hey, nursing gets the last word on this. All right. I actually met with our assistant dean after our original dean had other plans that were more pressing than meeting with us. But our assistant dean gave us information that there are a few changes in pricings, in fees and such. One of them is for the upper division nursing students. There's going to be about a $36 increase for students doing clinicals at Banner, because Banner is introducing upper division nursing students. Because Banner is rolling out our new clinical system away from ASU, so they're charging money on top of that. The new bachelor's programs are coming for the fall of 15 are going to have a $300 program fee, along with pre-nursing is going to have a $300 program fee starting next year. And in the fall of 2016, they plan on putting out 2 more bachelor's programs. I actually was not able to get the names of those, but I can get them relatively soon. My partner senator has been sick, as you can tell, so she's probably off doing her own thing. I've been talking with almost all the new senators, so don't be surprised if they harass you with emails asking for contacts for anything or just information. Just be aware of that. It's actually been a really good year, so that's all I gotta say.
Do you know if your students are staying in the
Yes, they are.
With that, we'll move on to item 13, recommendation for next year's. Oh, sorry, Marianne, I forgot we were.
Marianne, would you like to have any updates?
So far, you know, Enrique met with the for nursing this morning, and unfortunately, I couldn't be there, but he understood that, and he sent me the contact information for doing the family, all which she's working on now. Possible, not just with the college parenting, but with all of the colleges and AMC downtown. Other than that, I don't have anything else.
Thank you, Marianne.
Now with that, we'll move on to item 13, recommendations for next year's Senate. Is there a motion for this place? I guess we just make our
Nominations. For nominations.
So any nominations for next year's Senate?
All right, I recommend Enrique.
I second.
Any other recommendations?
Wait, you need to accept either nominations.
No.
Okay. And what's next?
So we have Warren as nominated.
Let's hold a vote real quick, just so we have all looks good.
We vote. All in favor of nominating Warren as next year's Senate?
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? All right.
There you go.
Now we'll move on to the oath of office for next year's USGD staff. So how do we want to do that?
We'll just have all of us stand. So
Are you all gonna do it at once?
Yeah, we'll do it at once. So all USGD, exactly, all the ones who've been
I'm just gonna
elected.
do repeat after me.
Elected, yes.
Sorry.
Everyone who's elected this year stand up.
You can stand too if you want, because you're supposed to be one of those too. But you're supposed to be like the one who actually gives it the execs. He's supposed to be one for senator. Oh, okay.
I can do it.
Okay.
You can stand. Okay, repeat after me. I
Enrique Zamora.
Boy.
pledge myself to uphold the Constitution
Pledge
Pledge
myself to uphold the Constitution
of the undergraduate student government
and the undergraduate student government
and the undergraduate student government downtown bylaws,
and the undergraduate student government downtown bylaws,
and to serve the student body
and serve the student body
to the best of my ability by applying my skills
to the best of my ability by applying my skills,
my time,
and my initiative.
So help.
So help me.
So help. All right. So call to the audience again one last time. Everyone in the audience should speak for you. All right. Any final statements from anyone before we leave our last meeting?
I love all of you guys so much. That's all I gotta say.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of repeat what you said. You guys are awesome. Like this is an excellent Senate and Exec board. Like so much more than last year. No, you know, anyone who might be. But no, I mean, we really pulled it together this year. And I just have to say, like, good job, everybody. I'm serious. Like, give a round of applause.
With that, their motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn. Sendai.
Sendai means without day, it's the final adjournment of it.
I don't know. Yeah. Whatever he said. Is there a second? All in favor of adjourning the meeting at 2:33 p.m. Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Any abstentions?
It's a lot. So, quick announcement. Yeah, we can do a photo. We'll get ready for that matter. We're gonna be back in probably 10 minutes most. We'll be starting with you two as Senate, and we'll be running through all the recommendations in this next meeting. Once we get that done, we'll move into formal voting.
I refuse to vote myself. Thank you.
So, you won't take your name with this. Leave this.
Yeah, these are for us. Next year we'll take them. Oh yeah, you don't have one.
Yeah, you had it.
We can take one if you want. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, I mean, you're still very good. Alright, Frank, we're on the photo.
Taking a photo over here. I don't.
What? They're already squat. Yes, Austin.
If I track what it is,
I'll front point with you.
The boys need to shift. Like one head. There you go.
You let me know when y'all are ready.
I hate all of you.
1, 2, 3. And then let me take this way.
Wait, should I get
Now we're on even. One, two, three.
serious face?
Are we doing it? Are we doing it? Are we doing it? Yes. 1, 2, 3.
I'm just
I look angry. I was like, I just totally lost.
Yes.
I have to go to my next major. Sorry. That was just. Oh,